everyone. Welcome back to another live episode of Beth Talks RSM. If you've never come to this channel before, I thank you. I'm so grateful for you stopping in, hanging out with me for a few minutes, and just having a chat about everyday life. My name is Elizabeth Hildebrand. I am the CEO and founder of Resilient Stars Marketing, and this channel is where I share all the things that help shape my life for the better. I'm a two-time cancer survivor, digital marketer, and I teach, coach, and train people how to create their own income streams online using our creativity, using our own God-given talents and skills, and endorsing knowledge around the world to find your passion. So today we're talking all about luck. What is it? What is luck anyways? Do we make our own luck? Is luck just some random thing that randomly comes and goes? Who are those people that seem so lucky all the time? They seem to win things. They seem to just have everything work out for them. Is that luck created by them? Or is that luck just a random stream of consciousness that you tapped into? Well, maybe both. So I hope that you guys will join me in this conversation today. We're hanging out, we're having fun, and we're talking about life. So if you are perhaps thinking about starting a business, or you're a new entrepreneur, or perhaps you're just going through some major changes in life and you're struggling to get through a really tough time, trust me when I say I've been there. I understand you. I know what you're going through, and it's all right. It's just temporary. Hard times never last. Good times never last. There's an ebb and flow to life. And that's what these talks are all about. Ebbing and flowing in the best way that we know how. And to bring awareness to the top of our minds of what's going on inside of us that helps create the world outside of us, and how we can tune in to the best energies for us and for what we need so that we could be the best people that we could be. So luck is the key word of today. And I wished I would have thought of this on Monday, because 2 days ago it was St. Patty's Day. And I got this shirt for St. Patty's Day. So, well, better late than never. So we're talking about luck. We're still in the realm of St. Patty's Day. It's only been a couple of days. So, hey, let's make some luck of our own today. And I'm going to share with you 3 things to keep in mind when it comes to starting to try to create your own luck. Because, I've had those times in my life, those years where I've had some bad luck, and I've had to review where my thoughts are, where my guidance comes from, and how I got to the situation I was in. So I'm going to help you with a few hints, tips, and tricks that have worked for me. And hopefully this will turn your luck around and you'll get exactly what you're needing to get. So, positive thinking is always a great place to start. But how do you do positive thinking when it seems like all you run into is bad luck? Oh, hi, Liza. Hey, thank you for the likes and the loves. Oh, from Portugal. Well, it's nice to meet you. Have you ever been on my channel before? If not, welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out, and we're just having an open discussion about luck. Is luck random? What do you think? Is it just random and, some people just run into random streams of luck, or is luck created by us, by our mindset, by the things that we think of every day? What is it that drives us into good luck or bad luck? Uh, or is it just random? And I think nothing in this world is random. I truly believe that we create everything around us, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We create situations around us that help support us in what we desire. And the universe works in a funny way because the universe kind of determines what our desires are by the thoughts that frequent in our mind. So let me share an example with you. There's a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention the name, but seems to have a lot of bad luck. And as soon as she gets ahead a little bit, it seems like something happens and there's 2 steps backwards. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and it's so frustrating. She's young, she's learning, and she's trying to do better in life, but things just keep blocking her progress. So I just listen to her talk sometimes and listen to the feedback that she's giving me. And when I make a suggestion how to make her situation a little bit better, she retorts with, well, I can't. I'm broke. Well, I can't because I XYZ, or I can't because blah, blah, blah. The word I can't should never be part of your language unless it's truly something that you can't. Because when we're constantly rephrasing ourselves, when we're telling ourselves stuff like, I can't, I'm broke, I can't, I have no money, those things are repeated over and over in our mind. And that's the energy that we attract, is that I can't. And that we know that's not true. But our words inside of our mind create this energy of I can't. So we get stuck and we don't understand why. And positive thinking only gets you so far, because it's impossible to think positive every day. It's impossible not to worry about something that's on your mind. It's impossible not to think on the downside of things. But it's all about the majority. I like to use the 80-20 rule with anything, whether it's the food I eat, the things I say, or the thoughts that I can let go of. 80% of my thoughts, I could check in, and I can't control my thoughts. You can't control your thoughts. Thoughts are just something that comes and goes with our emotional ups and downs. So in observing those thoughts, we can kind of determine what's true and what's not. And by taking time, quiet time, meditation time, maybe time in nature, to really process those thoughts and just listen to what's going on in your own mind, listen to your own feedback, then we can really dive down into having a awareness or acknowledging the amount of negative thoughts in our mind versus the amount of positive thoughts in our mind. And it's all about balance, right? I'm a Libra. I love to balance things. I like to make sure that everything's on the up and up. And when things are offset, then it gives me anxiety, right? So I like to balance things a little bit. And if I know that I can't control my thoughts, but I know that many of my thoughts might be negative and they're not going to be projecting good energy in my life, then I can observe those thoughts and just say, you know what, that's not real. That's not true. That's a thought that's just made up by my insecurities or my doubts or my fears or whatever the case may be. Your mind lies to you a lot because it doesn't know any different. It's running a simple program that was developed by all the things around you in your life, starting as itty bitty baby. Everything around your world determined how you process information and how you determine what's a good thought, what's a bad thought. And so, deep diving into your childhood and your memories in your past, it's not to cling on to the past. It's not to hold on to things that we haven't healed yet. By taking an outside observation into your past, you could formulate a concise understanding of why you're thinking the way you're thinking and determine what is true and what is false. Because there's so many different thoughts in our heads, thousands of thoughts we think upon a day. We can't control it all, but we can recognize it. We can see what's real and what's not and start separating them into different categories. Well, this is true. This is not. This is true. This is not. This is how our luck will change. By really diving in to your own heart, your own mind, and all the things that help shape your life, you could start to define what is luck. Luck is just energy, just like money is just energy, just like living a good life is good energy. Having good health is good energy. When I was going through all my cancer treatments, there were days where I had some really dark thoughts, really scary thoughts. But those days were very short lived because I knew that it was a lie. I knew that that false evidence appearing real wasn't me. It was just fear speaking to me. So, I learned to recognize when I was starting to go into a dark place and have thoughts repeat over and over again that were scary, that were giving me bad, sad feelings. And some days when I couldn't even get out of bed, I was so sick going through cancer treatments. It's really hard to be positive some days. But what got me through that is knowing inside me without any shadow of a doubt I was going to be okay. And I was. I'm cancer free. So your thoughts are so, so powerful, more powerful than any medicine on the planet. Yes, luck can be yours. You could be the luckiest person on the planet. That's the great news. You could create that. But the only way to do that is to feel from the inside the energy that it takes to move you forward in a positive light. Kerrigan! Yay! Aw. Oh, Abdullah, I don't know if you're still here or not. Thank you, Kerrigan. Thanks for coming in. So today I'm just having a discussion about luck. What is luck? Is luck created by us? Is it some random act of the universe? Or is luck something that we can actually control with our thoughts? And my thought is we can absolutely make and create our own luck. If we walk around throughout the day saying, I'm broke, I don't have what I need, I don't have enough, the universe, the energy that you're eluding from those statements comes back to you. So that's a little bit tricky. We can't always be positive every day. We can't always say, well, my bank is full of an abundance of money when my bank account is in the negative. So what's the workaround for that? Like if I'm sitting here stressing about money, worrying about paying my bills, not knowing how I'm going to get over or past this hump, what is it that I could do to trick my mind and change the program that it's running over and over and over again, because I'm telling myself over and over again, I'm worried, I'm scared, I don't have enough, I don't have enough to pay my bills, I don't have this, I don't have that. Well, you're confirming all the things you don't have, so you will continue not having them. So it's tricky, right? Power of positive thinking only goes so far. So what do? You lie to yourself. And I know that sounds crazy. Why would you want to lie to yourself? Because it gives you the better energy, the luck giving energy. If I'm telling myself all the time I'm broke, I'm going to continue being broke. But if I lie to myself and say, man, I have so much in my life to be grateful for. I have all the things that I need today. I'm housed, I'm clothed, I'm fed, I'm full. I am so grateful for everything that I have. My life is good. Continue telling yourself that story every day. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I have everything I ever needed. I am intelligent, I am skilled, I am abundant and full of joy. Even when you think it's a lie, say it anyways. And I promise you, things will start to turn around. Your luck will change and you will start creating your own kind of luck. I promise. It works. And I have proven that over and over and over again throughout my own life. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. How are you? So throughout my life, many times, even going back, and I'll tell you guys this story in case you don't know. My childhood was not great. I was raised in the armpits of Oklahoma in the middle of nothingness in the USA. And I didn't have a great family life. Michael, I'm doing great. Thank you. So Michael, today we're just talking about luck, how it's created. Is it random? Is it us? And it's absolutely the fuel that we feed our minds fuels our luck going forward. So ways that we can just enjoy luck coming to us is just knowing it from your souls, from your core. There's been times in my life, like growing up as a child, and I couldn't control my environment. I couldn't control how people around me treated me. I couldn't control that my parents didn't have money to feed me. So I created my own luck. I was 13 years old when I decided that life was not meant for me. I was 13 years old and I knew that life of abuse, of starvation, of poverty, all those negative things, I knew in the core of my soul that was not the life that was meant for me. So at 13, I ran away and the police found me like midnight later on. I was at my friend's house. And they took me to the police station and they had my mom and my stepdad come to the police station. We found your daughter. Great. Well, I talked to the police officer and I looked him right in the eye and I said, look, you can send me back to that house. That's fine. But every time you send me back to that house, I'll leave again and again and again because I will not live that kind of life anymore. That was it. I never went back home again. The police told my parents, she's refusing to go home. We're going to have to take her into state custody and work this out another way. So I went into a group home. My mother was given 90 days to find me a proper placement, a place that I would be safe and I wouldn't run away and I wouldn't be abused and I wouldn't be starving. So that time came and went and I was in this group home with all these other kids and the court date came. My mother went back to court and the judge said, well, what have you done, Ann Burton? What have you done to find a proper place for your daughter to be happy, healthy, and well? Well, I don't know. I took her to one place and she said she didn't like it, so I don't know what to do. Well, the judge says, here's your options, Miss Ann Burton. You can either sign your daughter over to the state and give us custody, and we'll take her in, we'll find her a foster home, we'll take care of her as a ward of the state. Or you can maintain custody of your child and face legal charges for abandonment and abuse. So she signed me off. I belonged to the state at that point. I was in foster care. I went to my new foster family, not knowing how long I would be there. I knew it was temporary. I didn't know what was going to happen to me. I just knew that I felt so much better that I had actually taken the steps to demand a different life for myself. And I did it, and I was so happy. It didn't matter if I was in this group home or this temporary foster home. I would be able to find happiness no matter where I was in the world. And that was the moment where I knew I could create any kind of lifestyle I wanted. And I was just a kid. But I had had enough of the abuse. I'd had enough of the starvation. I'd had enough of the kind of life that I knew I didn't belong in. So long story short, I ended up finding a permanent foster family in Colorado where I moved, and I had horses, and I finally had a real family. We ate dinner together. I had brand new school clothes for school. It was amazing. And that story there, that story alone, and I have many others to share with you, that story alone should let you know if a child, a 13-year-old child can do it, you can do it. Because I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I wasn't happy, and I was never going to be happy being abused and neglected. And so I wanted to escape that life, and I did. And I found another life. I found another family, and the luck was mine because I knew in my core, my soul, and my heart that I knew I didn't belong there. And so I created another world for myself. So it can be done. Luck is yours, my friend. You are the luckiest person on this planet because you have a brain, and you are a human, and you are here on earth, and you are a magnificent creator. Whatever thoughts you're thinking in your head, sort them out one by one. Just pay attention to them. And you can't pay attention to your thoughts if you don't find quiet time to listen to yourself. You don't have to control your thoughts. That's impossible. You can't control your thoughts and just think positive thoughts all the time. That's BS. Nobody could do that. But you have to be aware of what you're thinking first before you can make any changes. And know in your heart what you deserve, and you will receive it. Michael, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. I really do. I have a lot of stories growing up, and I've had to learn how to be resilient on my own, which is one of the reasons why after my chemotherapy ended, the first thing I did was go back to my YouTube and start sharing my story. Because your story, each and every one of us here on this planet has a story that can be so impactful to anybody who listens to it. And you never know what you might say one day that's going to impact and change a life, especially if you have a deep-seated story where you learned something powerful. Other people can learn from that as well. Save somebody some pain and some bad decisions by sharing your own story. So that's what we're here for. So thank you guys for hanging out and listening for a little bit. I'm gonna hop off of here. I have my TikTok live is at 2:22 Eastern. So if you guys have access to TikTok, join me over there on the other channel, and we just have a little bit of fun and discussion, and who knows, see where it goes. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much. And I will be back here for another live tomorrow at 1:11 p.m. Eastern. Let's see, what do you say, Michael? The great thing with sharing our own stories is, like you said, they can enlighten others, possibly, which they will make changes in their lives if they want to, without being directly telling people. Absolutely. We don't always want to go out and ask people for advice. We're independent by nature. But if somebody's scrolling through social media or looking through YouTube, trying to find a story to relate to, you never know who your story is going to reach and what an impact that can be for them. So, yeah, I encourage you, share your stories, check in on your thoughts, and create your own luck. So that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This has been fun. Michael, I used to always want to be the fix-it person and tell everybody what they should do in a loving, positive way, but they didn't ask, nor did I invite myself in. Once I stopped, things became better. That is such an epic point to make. And I know where you're coming from, Michael, because my ex-husband had that problem. He had a lot of great advice. He had a lot of great knowledge and skill, but he was always giving unsolicited advice. So nobody wanted to hear him. So yes, please make sure that when you're giving advice, it's actually wanted and it's falling on open ears, not closed ears. So for me, I relinquished that control of wanting to be codependent, controlling, bossy. I know it all have the right answers. Yeah, absolutely. The more humble we are, the more open we are to more knowledge. Another thing, I hate to keep mentioning it, but my ex-husband would always say, I don't need more knowledge. I am fully developed. I pretty much know everything. Like, there is nobody on the planet that is fully developed and knows everything. Out of the world, where have you been, Clint? I'm doing great. These days, Michael says, these days I just listen, and then if I needed, I'll ask in a different way. Questions like have you ever thought of this, or can I say something else? Actually, yes, I agree with you. People are more open to your advice and your knowledge if you ask them probing questions. Then that gets them interested in hearing more what you have to say. So absolutely, yes. None of us have all the answers. We're all just trying to figure it out. And this is a big, wide world. And we're all learning different things at different rates. So be humble, stay strong, stay kind, and create your own luck. And that's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I will be back here again tomorrow on Beth Talks, another live stream at 1:11 p.m. Eastern. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Michael, for all your comments. I appreciate all of you guys. Clint, love you, Mom. Love your papa. Love yourself. Be kind and always find a way to help. Yes. Absolutely. Family is everything. But you can't save nobody unless you save yourself first. Put your own oxygen mask on before you can help anybody else. So take care. Peace and love. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.